that enhances the third grade curriculum. And I know the fourth graders that are here today learned all about the solar system and space in third grade, and you're probably excited to see what's going to happen today, or actually to hear what's going to happen today. So Dr. McGinnis, I'd like to thank you for all your time.
Speaking of a lot of time, you remember last spring when we had a big video conference in here with Commander Williams, and I think she was in Houston, Texas at that time, and she told you a lot about becoming an astronaut, and she had been up in space before. Well, she went back again, and you know that she's in that International Space Station right now. They're just below the horizon over there. And once they come above the horizon, some of our students are going to be able to ask her some questions about being in space. But the way we can do this is by these ham radios. So I want to give a couple minutes here to Dr. Wickland, who is the president of the Falmouth Amateur Radio Association.
How are you doing, guys? So I'd like to thank Dr. Dale and Dr. McGinnis for inviting us here to help you with this today. This is as much fun for us as it is for you. We just wish that some of us could get on the bench there and ask SUNY Williams some questions ourselves. But we're going to let you have the fun of doing that, okay? So Dr. McGinnis asked me to give you some examples of what we do, why we get into ham radio, and what's exciting about it for us. Well, thinking back about a year ago, does everybody remember the hurricane we had last year? Hurricane Irene? Okay. Well, several members of our club, including Mr. Brown, who's the husband of one of your teachers, myself, and Mr. Way, and I think Ralph may have been involved, and a few others. We used ham radio to talk back and forth to the Emergency Operations Center down at the firehouse and up to the high school where we had a shelter for people who had nowhere to go or were in danger of being flooded or were stuck here in Falmouth because they couldn't get across the Martha's Vineyard on a ferry. So all that communications was done by ham radio, and that was a lot of fun. Well, this is a busy weekend for us, so I'll tell you about another thing that we're going to be doing this weekend. Who knows what's coming up on Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon?
Is it the hurricane?
No, that's next week, but you're pretty close. We have the Cape Cod Marathon coming up. You see the signs all around town, be careful, the Cape Cod Marathon route? Yeah, okay. Well, we will have ham radio stations. I'll be down at Novska Light in my truck with my ham radio, and we'll have ham radio stations all around the whole marathon route, and we report when the first runners go by, the first man, the first woman, the first wheelchair. If we see somebody that's getting too tired and can't run anymore, we can call one of our colleagues in the tired runner truck who'll come and pick them up. So we do this as a community service for Falmouth and for Cape Cod in the marathon. So that's one of the fun things that we do. And of course, you mentioned the fact that we've got a hurricane possibly coming next week. We may very well get activated and reopen the emergency control center as well as the shelter, just like we did last year to take care of people that need some help. So that's why all of us ham radio operators enjoy doing this. And I want you to give one big round of applause of thanks to this guy right here. This is Sean Reed. I told our club that anything that had to do with radio frequency, Sean is the boss. Anything that had to do with school or kids, it's Mr. McGinnis, Dr. McGinnis, sorry. Everything else, I've got to take responsibility for. But I get a lot of help from all these guys here. But Mr. Reed is really good, the guy who set up all the antennas, brings all the expertise, has all the equipment, and will be leading you through the contact with SUNY Williams today, okay? And I want to say thank you again for letting us come here and help you out, okay? Thank you, guys.
Okay, this is what you can expect. In about 6 to 7 minutes, Mr. Reed is going to start calling on the radio for the International Space Station. 10? All right, about 10. And then he calls on it before it reaches the horizon. So they're not going to answer at the beginning. So don't get upset if you don't hear an answer. but at some point, in about 10 or 11 minutes, they're going to answer. And then we'll hear our students ask the questions and Commander Williams answer the questions for us. So I think what you could do now is make sure that you're very quiet. Now, if you have to whisper to a friend, you can whisper very quietly, and then in about 4 minutes, I'm going to call for silence, and then we'll be quiet to listen after that. Okay?
November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra from November 1 Hotel Oscar, Quebec. How copy, Commander?
Loud and clear. Howdy.
We have you loud and clear. If you are ready, we will start with the students. Over.
I'm ready, and good to have you with us down at public schools here on the ISS. Over.
Okay, very good, Commander. We will begin now. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrew. How does it feel to be the commander of the International Space Station? Over.
Hi, Andrew. Well, you know, we've got a big team up here. Now we're a team of 6. We were just 3 before. So I don't know how to answer your question better than it's just like being on a soccer team. Everybody has to participate and work together, and then the space station is really together very, very good. I think the commander just means you're sort of the guy who is the cheerleader and making sure everybody is happily working together and nobody's working too hard. Everybody's making sure that everybody has a lot of fun. Over.
My name is Jonah. What kind of experiments have you done on the ISS this time? Over.
Actually, you guys might know we have now fish, we have spiders. We want to see how they adapt and how they develop and see what happens to their bones, because you know that we have some bone density issues after being in space for a long time, so we're using that as a model. We also do experiments on ourselves. We have a robot up here which does experiments. We also do engineering experiments, meaning like working with a robotic arm. We're doing experiments with fire and also fluid flow for making future spacecraft. Over.
Hi, my name is Lolan. Have you ever gone outside of the space station? Over.
Hi, Lola. As a matter of fact, we have. Now, this flight I've gone outside twice to fix an electrical box that wasn't working. And then next week, next Thursday, right after Halloween, we go outside again, and we're going to work on a radiator to cool parts of the space station. Over.
Hi, my name is Ezra. What do you do in your free time?
So one of the things we really like to do in our free time is look out the window, because it's beautiful to look back at the planet and look out into space. But we also have computers, of course, up here. We have a little bit of internet. It's a little slow. We can talk to our families and our friends, and sometimes we have some television. It's really pre-recorded, or sometimes we have live television for maybe sports, for example, watching the Patriots on the weekend. Over.
Hi, my name is Lisa. What does it feel like to learn how to float in the air?
So what's interesting is you don't have to learn. You just, once you get to space, you just float. I mean, that's how it is. There's no getting around it. You don't walk anywhere. You don't sit down anywhere. You just float around. So what you have to learn how to do is not get a little under control. So you need to learn how to float calmly and to start using your arms to hold on. Over.
Hi, I'm Ella. Is it scary when you just launch off to space? Over.
Hey, Ella, sometimes it's a little bit scary because rockets make a lot of noise and they vibrate a lot, but they're just like a roller coaster. And actually, it only takes 8.5 minutes to get up to space, so it's over pretty quick, and then you start floating. That's cool. Over.
Hi, my name is Hunter. Have you seen anything explode in outer space like a solar flare? Over.
Hey, Hunter. No, I haven't seen anything explode in outer space, but I have seen some pretty amazing things from outer space, like the northern lights, the aurora borealis, as it's this green mass that's hitting the Earth. That's really cool. We've also seen shooting stars and little meteorites, coming back and lighting up the sky. So lots of activity out here. Over.
Hi, my name is Roman. How do you communicate with different countries and people from the space station? Over.
Hey, Roman. So one of the things we do is we take languages. So we've actually taken a lot of Russian language, and our Russian colleagues have taken a lot of English. flying with a Japanese astronaut, and he speaks perfectly good English and Russian. Same way with the folks from Europe. Everybody speaks different languages, their native language, but mostly we speak a lot of English up here and Russian. Over.
Hi, my name is Brian. Is the space station done yet, or are they going to add more to it? Over.
Hey Brian, great question. We're pretty much done with it as a laboratory, but now we're getting ready to do some other things. We might add one more Russian module, and then in the next 10 years, if people have some experimental type of modules or capsules that they might want to try out here and then launch farther, maybe to Mars, they could use this as a test bed. So we're expecting to see other things come up to the space station in the next 10 years. Over.
Hi, my name is Samuel. Is it hot? Is it cold, hot, or just like in the space station? Over.
Hey Samuel, it depends on where you come from, I think. It's sometimes cold after you go jogging. We have a treadmill up here, and you're a little bit sweaty, then you start to get a little bit cold. Sometimes it's hot and stuffy in some of the modules, and so we have to turn the air conditioning off, for example, to work on some type of equipment. But usually it's just right. It's about like 70 degrees or 75 degrees, so it's good for sleeping. Over.
Hi, my name is Andrew. Where does space trash come from, and have you heard of it?
Oh, good question. I think you're talking about that outside. Sometimes there's a lot of satellites up in space, and they help us use cell phones and other things like that, and use TV and all sorts of things. So sometimes those satellites get old, and then they start to fall apart, and they have to launch new satellites. But so when these old satellites fall apart, of course, Earth's gravity is going to pull them back toward Earth. Space is big, thankfully, so we don't have to really worry about them that often. But every now and then we have to move the space station to avoid some of this type of stuff. Over.
My name is Jonah. What do you use to connect to mission control? Over.
Oh, good question. So ham radio, which we're talking on right now, is our standard backup, but we have some other communications that are called S-band and KU, and they come through a satellite back down to mission control in Houston, and not only there, but also in Montana, and in Germany, and in Huntsville, Alabama, all of that through satellite. Over.
Hi, my name is Lola, and what do you like about living in space? Over.
Hey Lola, I think the best thing I like about space is floating around. It's really fun, and your hair sticks straight out of your head. It's pretty funny, it's pretty cool. But secondly, I love looking out the window and looking at the Earth from this view, because our Earth is so pretty. I know you guys might get hit by a lot of rain, but I tell you what, I miss clouds and rain. I haven't had it for a couple months. And so water is a nice thing, and I see a lot of water out the windows too, and sometimes I wish I could have a shower. Over.
Hi, my name is Ezra. What happens if you get sick? Over.
It's a good question. Not all of us are doctors up here, and actually right now none of us are doctors up here. We do get some training to help each other in case anybody does get sick, and so we sort of know what to do. We have medicine up here. We also have doctors that are in mission control, and so they can help us in case we have any problems, so we can ask them for their advice. Over.
Hi, my name is Ethan. What does it feel like to Hi, my name is Ethan. Does it feel weird being in your spacesuit?
You know what? At first it feels weird, but then you start getting used to it because you have something to do while you're in your spacesuit, so you don't think about it too much. The only problem is it's sometimes long. Sometimes we're in there for about 8 hours, and so you don't have anything really to eat while you're in there, just water to drink, and you really can't use the bathroom. So those are some weird things about being in a spacesuit for a long time. Over.
Hi, my name is Ella. Do you use a special oven to cook food?
Hey, Ella, great question. All of our food stays in packages until we crack it open or use scissors to open it to get the food out. So the special oven is really just a hot plate, and we stick the food in there and then close the door. So it's like putting like a piece of paper in a book, and then the paper comes out and it's full of food, and you just open it up and then eat it. So yes, it is a special oven, but it's just really a heating element. Over.
Hi, my name is Hunter. Is it hard to control a rocket ship or the space station? Over.
It's a lot different from an airplane because there's no air up here. I would say it's not necessarily hard hard to control. And that's because the people know how to, we learn how to fire the correct jet so that we can aim ourselves in the correct position. However, things don't stop up here, like when you put it, one way it's not going to stop, it's not going to
Hi, my name is Roman. Will they need to make another space station for more people soon? Over.
Okay, they may be going down below, too far below the trees over there now in the space station. Okay, I think they've gone down to the point just to the horizon where we can't hear them replying anymore. So, but we got just about two
Yes,
questions
we did.
almost. for
Great
everybody.
job, guys.
Awesome job.
You guys did great.
Boys and girls, I want to thank you for your great audience behavior. Dr. McGinnis, they were pretty quiet. That's probably the quietest I think I've ever heard. You did fabulous. And the boys and girls who were asking questions, you guys did great. You did so well.
You guys are perfect.
Perfect. She heard your name, she heard your question, you said it once, it was wonderful. So thank you for practicing those. Thank you to Dr. McGinnis, the third grade teachers, for working so hard on this. It all came together. And thank you to everybody here who made it possible for the East Falmouth School. Thank you so much.